What's up, guys? Welcome to Heroes Avenue. My name is Darren, and today we are talking about DC films because this week is Cinemacon, which is basically a convention, a week full movie news that's being released from different studios, and each studio has its own day where they're just going to release a bunch of news, trailers, and footage. And today is Warner Brothers Day, and obviously they're going to talk about DC films. And there are some announcements with the Batman, and they did release some footage, and we got some of the details that came out of that screening. And so let's go ahead and just talk about what came out first. And the first one that kind of jumps out of the page to me is the Batman sequel. So a lot of us this shouldn't be a surprise, because the Batman was so successful and beloved by critics and fans. Maybe not Batfleck fans, but everyone else. I mean, you could like, not to say you can't like both, but I'm just saying people that are very protective of Batfleck, they want nothing else but Batfleck, those people don't like this movie. But everyone that is open to it, such as me, I love Batfleck, and I love this Pattinson version. And so I love this movie, and I'm so glad we finally got the announcement that a sequel is coming out. So the article writes, today, to the surprise of absolutely no one, Warner Brothers announced that it is developing a sequel to The Batman following its successful run at the box office and on HBO Max. The studio made the announcement during its Cinemacon panel with the writer-director Matt Reeves on hand to break the news. Reeves and Pattinson are both set to return for the sequel. This article also continues, says that Reeves is still working on the HBO Max series that is revolving around the Penguin, and developing other projects tied to Arkham Asylum. And so this is super exciting to me. One, because this proves that this is not a one-off movie. A lot of people love this movie, and a lot of people thought that they shouldn't continue with this Batman and not continue to a trilogy. They wanted this to be like the Joker movie with Joaquin Phoenix and let it be itself. Although Joaquin Joker, there's rumors that there are developments for a sequel, but we'll talk about that later. So a lot of people wanted this as a one-off. I was not one of those people. I definitely want to see more of this. I love the grounded take. I love this world that Matt Reeves is building. Matt Reeves is a world builder. I've said that in my previous videos, like years ago. And he is building this world like it was some Legos that he was playing with. It's awesome. And Robert Pattinson, he's great at it. And I'm so glad the team of Matt Reeves and Pattinson are back together, and they're doing the sequel together. That's awesome. Super awesome to me. So yeah, what do you guys think about Robert Pattinson getting a sequel for the Batman? Are you guys excited? Are you guys not? Let me know in the comments below. All right, so the next topic that kind of jumps out to me is the Flash and Aquaman footage reveal. So let me go ahead and just read you this report. It says, according to the reports about the Flash, the footage included Barry Allen going back in time, showing his childhood home, and recordings of himself. Michael Keaton's Batman also appears on a bat cycle, along with several different versions of the Batsuit. So that's totally different. I didn't expect to see different versions of Michael Keaton's Batsuit. That's cool. I was only expecting that one black suit from the 90s. The footage also gives us our first look at Sasha Calle as Supergirl, as well as the return of Michael Shannon as Zod. The footage ends with Michael Keaton's Batman saying, "You want to get nuts? Let's get nuts." That is kind of a ridiculous line. reading it in an article doesn't do it justice. I'm sure it was a lot better hearing it from Michael Keaton itself. It just sounds ridiculous. You want to get nuts? Let's get nuts. I'll show you my nuts. It's just it's just not a really great line to put in an article for everyone to read. It's just, you got to hear. I'm sure it's better hearing Michael Keaton say that line. But yeah, this is awesome to me. I mean, despite what's happening with Ezra Miller in Hawaii, I am kind of surprised that they're showing footage of the Flash. This does kind of confirm that they are not going to recast the Flash, and they are leaning towards this movie. And I as much as I would rather want him to be recasted, eventually, I think at this point they're so far in production that recasting him, it just sounds such a waste of time, and it's just a lot of money. It's very expensive, and I don't know. I don't think it's. I think going that route is just so messy. They're gonna just have to find a creative way to really promote this movie without Ezra Miller. And hopefully by the time this gets out, Ezra Miller, and let me use the right pronouns. As soon as Ezra Miller gets better, I hope they come back and kind of talk about their experience and how they're doing better now. And yeah, I mean, it's a very messy subject, but I'm very glad that they are leaning towards this movie and they're going to actually show it. So another thing about this footage is that they don't really talk about Sasha Calle as Supergirl in here. They don't really mention what she's doing, how she looks, if she has any lines. Was it just a quick second of her on screen? I want to know more about this character. I mean, we barely saw her in the first trailer. And plus, like, Michael Shannon, I want to know about Zod. Like, what was he doing? Was it just a quick clip? I want more. I want more details. Maybe there's better articles out there. This is from Heroic Hollywood, that it kind of describes what they saw more, but it kind of doesn't do it justice, I guess. I do like the fact that Michael Keaton's on a bat cycle. We actually didn't get that in the 90s version. He was always driving the Batmobile. And I would have thought, you know, we were going to see Batfleck drive his motorcycle, because we saw a lot of leak photos of Ben Affleck's Batman on the bat cycle. And so I wonder if we're going to get two Batmans on a bat cycle. They're going to be racing against each other. Who's faster? Which bat cycle's faster? I don't know, guys. You guys tell me. The other part of this article, it talks about Aquaman in the Lost Kingdom, and it says this. It says, the footage of Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom played. Specifically, it showed Black Manta apparently leading a massive army against Atlantis. In order to defeat him, Aquaman will team up with his half brother Orm, who was defeated at the end of the first film. So it sounds like the footage was really short, and I guess really not much to say. It's really small description here. I'm really curious on how it looks. I want to see Aquaman be Aquaman on land. I don't know if that makes sense, but I want to see more of Aquaman on land. I want to see him kind of go on land and in the water and fight in both worlds. I just love that part of Aquaman. I mean, a lot of us grew up, you know, seeing Aquaman on land and just using his powers and what he could do on land. I mean, it makes sense why this movie is going to be shot mostly underwater. But I just want to see how his character is on land. I mean, all right, next we got Black Adam and Shazam. All right, so remember, Shazam is getting a sequel called Shazam: Fury of the Gods. So this is what the article says about Shazam. According to reports, Billy Batson has a dream that Wonder Woman wants to date him. The footage then moves on to a Fast and the Furious joke when Billy tells Helen Mirren's character that he's seen the movies and that saving the world is about family. The rest of the family shows up, presumably to fight her. That's hilarious. So modern. I love how they're taking a modern joke and kind of making it into a meme in this movie. That's so funny. And then they talk about the Black Adam movie and what they saw. They said at the end of the panel, the trailer of Dwayne Johnson's Black Adam was shown for the first time. The trailer has him saying that he died as a slave and was reborn as a god. He declares that despite heroes not killing people, he does. The trailer ends with him catching a rocket and explodes in his hands. I don't know about the Black Adam movie still. I don't know. This movie is not... It's not up there on my list. I'm not really excited for this. I don't like the fact that they're making him an anti-hero. For the longest time that I've known Black Adam and read comics about him, he's been a pure villain. I've never read anything that like where he was like a good guy, half bad guy. He was strictly a villain. He is the Joker to the Batman with Shazam. Yeah, I don't know about this movie, but from what I'm hearing, this line doesn't do it for me. And catching a rocket in his hands, I don't know. Is that supposed to impress me? I don't know. Maybe I gotta see the footage to actually be excited. I do like the Shazam details here. I love the jokes. David Sandberg's jokes in the first movie, they kind of landed for me, but I do like the Fast and the Furious jokes. I've been loving them ever since people have been making memes about it. You know, I remember that one SNL skit where like they talked about theaters and how the theaters are for family, and it was one of the characters he was playing. He was imitating Vin Diesel, and it was just so funny. If you guys haven't seen SNL's Fast and Furious skit, definitely check that out on YouTube. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So we got some announcement for the Batman, and then we got some details about the Flash movie and Aquaman, and we got some details about the Shazam footage and the Black Adam footage. So what do you guys think? Which one is your most favorite announcement / footage detail coming out of Cinemacon? And let me know in the comments below. And like this video, subscribe to our channel. I'll see you guys again. Bye.